Let's talk about the Three of Swords. Usually looked at as the most painful card in the tarot. But now I will make a hypothesis, because my moon in Aquarius loves theories, and I will say you can't get hurt with an open heart. If you look at the elements of water and air, where are the differences? The motivation of water is to be connected to everybody, and the motivation of air is to be disconnected so it can see and get to know the other. So even if we give priority to feelings in our relationships, the element of air actually gives us the opportunity to get to know the other person, because the air element is the one that likes to socialize. We have Gemini, who loves to chat to everybody and loves details, loves stories, likes different stories, can be with anybody, can appreciate everybody, enjoy company of different people. Then you have Libra, and she loves relationships and discussions and adjusting to another person. Libra is a cardinal sign, and she has that great power, and she gives response. She answers to your questions and gives questions in return, and keeps that cycle going until everything is harmonious for both parties. And then you have Aquarius, also a very social sign, similar to Gemini, but Aquarius spreads his love throughout the world. Gemini loves to hang out to people that are close by, and Gemini inspects all the details of its immediate environment. While Aquarius, after getting to know his immediate environment in Gemini, can open his mind to a lot more differences, to completely different approaches. And with the confidence he or she gained in Libra, he knows we can make a deal, we can get along. So our Three of Swords, we feel it as a cold energy, because yes, we are distancing ourselves from emotion so we can see the truth. And if you remember, in the cups, in the feeling, let's say our darling 7, here we deal with imagination and possibilities, and we are not interested in truth and what is. We are interested in what can become, what can be, what dreams can come true. So the Three of Swords, the Three of Air, comes to your rescue when you are starting to ignore reality. So here we have our companions, the kings and the queens of the air and the water element. Now take a look at the kings. Let them be your guides. So the King of Swords, think of him as an honest friend who will serve you the truth. And the King of Cups, think of him as an intuitive friend who will bring to light your emotions. They are both masculine figures, and they will do that with intent, and they will not let you fall asleep. The queens, however, are the feminine figures, and they will let you surrender and do things on your own. The kings will face you with your circumstances, the King of Swords, the true circumstances, and the King of Cups will face you with your true feelings. Because what happens, how do we get in the Three of Swords, and why do we feel it with so much pain sometimes? And we'll see what is the positive approach to the Three of Swords. Because if you look at the Three of Cups, the Three of Water, think of friendships where you experience every emotion and you are accepted. So the Three of Cups is not only joy, but it is the joy that you can express yourself completely. You can be cranky, bitter, angry, overly enthusiastic, happy, anything, but your friends know you and they actually enjoy even your bad moods. You know each other so well that everything is fun and interesting and sort of a joke. Because you are what you are and they love you for it. But when we get to the Five, now we start to feel emotion, so we can develop our intuition and we can rely on our emotional guidance. So in the Five, we are asked to listen to the emotions, the feelings, the intuition that say no, and to listen to them. If we have gone on too long without listening to our emotions, to our emotional guidance, and to our intuition, the gift of the Swords is that they will face us with the truth. So in the Three of Swords, you feel pain because you didn't want to listen to your emotions and their guidance. You made a move that your heart, your watery self, didn't want to make and said a very loud no. But maybe you were a dreamer, let's find the Seven, and you said, oh no, this could work. This could work, it feels so good. But you will be forced to explore and to see it in more depth, and that's when the Three of Swords might come as a painful revelation. If you look at the major arcana, we have those tower moments that can be filled with the Three of Swords. We are faced with one truth after the other, which serves us to break down the walls, the tower we built around our soul, and we can't move in the direction our heart wants to go. Tower. So the blessing of the Three of Swords is that you will be able to detach from your emotional self and see the truth. Because if you don't balance out your emotional body, the water wants to stay attached. So the motivation of water is always to be connected. And you can make that choice to stay connected to people and to situations that hurt you. So the Three of Swords is just bringing back you to reality that you're not feeling good. And it will show you, if you don't want to listen to intuition, it will show you facts. And those facts will only hurt you because you refused to look at them, or to just look at your emotions. So you don't need actually to have painful insight if you just follow your intuition. Now, if you only follow your intuition and go through life only on emotional impulses, and you can have a life with no painful negative experiences, and you can go through life like the fool. Let's see the fool. The fool. Okay, the fool is connected to source, and because of that connection, nothing bad happens to the fool because of its naivety. But in the state of the fool, you cannot perceive the universe, you cannot gain understanding. And if you don't understand the world through air, if you don't understand yourself through air, then you can't manifest. Then we go. Here we go. You can't go into the element of earth and actually create. So the fool can't create because the fool doesn't care. So in water, you care about something. You care about something enough so you will let something else go. You will let it go away so you can have something you want. You will let it go. Then you will take a look, well, let me define what is it that makes me happy, and what is it that makes me sad that I don't want in my reality. And when you perceive that through air, then it will start to manifest. You will start to build it and actually to make some concrete steps in that direction. Okay, where is the ace? Okay, you will open the doors to a certain kind of experience. So in the 5, you decide, I don't like these emotions in these situations. I will not go into those relationships and situations anymore. You will open the door, you will go through the doors that you know will take you in another direction. You will pick different people, you will pick different jobs, you will pick different hobbies. You will open the door to different experience, and you will take the step to explore that experience, and you will start building it. But the emotional body is the first step that we hear, that we are able to hear what we want. Because before our emotions, we had fire. And fire, we don't hear, we just know. We just know. And fire takes us very rapidly, sometimes rashly, to a new experience we are determined to have. And in water, then, when we put ourselves with faith and trust of fire into new experience, with belief that everything will go our way, then we'll wait in water to have our emotional response to that new experience we jumped into. And in water, we adjust. And then in air, we define and we choose. So when we define what has happened to us, when we see, these were the good things, these were the bad things, and this is more for me, this not so much. In 3, it's like you put a tattoo on your heart with words, this is my truth, I'm going after this. This is my wish, and this will be true, this will be mine. So in the 3, you put your emotions into words, and your mind starts to create that story. So in the Three of Swords, you yourself are picking a story you will live. You are making the foundations. So now the Three of Swords doesn't really sound that bad. And before you experience things in water, let's take a look at fire. What you need to know about fire. Now, fire is your inner knowing what you want. And air is trying to define it in words, because with words and thoughts, then we give form to our reality. You can feel fire that I don't care how it happens, I just want to have what I want. And the air will take the order of fire and create circumstances and take actions so that it can create a world, a story where the fire will be satisfied. How is air bound by fire? Fire is the strongest part of you. Those are your 10 commandments for life. What you carry in your fire is the things you never want to change, because fire you identify with yourself. So this is the thing you will never change, while in air you can change your perception of life and still enjoy it. So air, that's why we say we should open our minds, because sometimes we can live a different story but still be in accordance with our wants and wishes and desires. Sometimes those desires will come in a different shape or form. Okay, so in the 7 we will constantly be opening our minds and changing our story, but always keeping in mind our 10 commandments for life. Do not kill, do not hurt another, do not steal, do not. Your highest values. So fire, you never change. And when you go into a new experience, a relationship, any kind of situation, take a look at your fire and see what are the things you won't back down of. And with the Ace of Wands, the portal of fire, think of fire, it can burn down everything very quickly. That's why fire can leave a situation very quickly, because it feels, I can't be a part of this, this is not who I am. Okay, who I am, fire, the fire in us, the things we consider are 10 commandments for life, we define as us. So the Ace of Wands gives us the opportunity to actually explore the world, because we have confidence to go into any kind of situation, but we also have confidence to leave it, to go somewhere else, because we don't stand anything except our truth. We won't give ourselves up. Where are we? The 6. No. So fire, we won't give it up. But air, okay, if you look at the 6 of air, in the 6 of air, we do give it up, our perspective on life, for a second to look at another's. Okay, So in each of the air signs, we give up our perspective to hear out the other person. The Libra has its opinion, but it will shut up and listen and ask question. Listen, what do you think? Let me see if I can find myself in your words. Gemini also. Gemini will forget about himself completely and say, hey, what's going on with you? What are you doing? What's this? What's that? Hello, give me facts. So Gemini will disappear completely and asking for your input, and maybe looking for information so it can build a solid worldview. And Aquarius will ask you questions about yourself, but Aquarius already considers you her own. So you are family. If you are human, you are family. And now Aquarius wants to know, how are you different? Because Aquarius knows you are different. Aquarius saw. So in the Six of Swords, when Aquarius flies up to the sky and sees all the cultures, all the worldviews, then he just wants to come back and see, okay, tell me about this. Then go up, go down again, tell me about this. But still he has that higher perspective to know that we are all right. We all have a right to our own worldview, our perspective. We all have a right for our Ten of Swords. We have a right to have something we consider true, a perspective, and in air we have a right to change it throughout our lifetimes. In fire, we always have a right, but fire is that part of us that will never change, that will form our whole existence. So if we get back to the Three of Swords, why can't we be hurt with an open heart? Let's get back to water. So water is the element of intuition, of openness. So if you look at your watery self, and by being open, you actually feel everything around you, and you will know when something is wrong, and you can back out of situations that make you feel uncomfortable. And if you back out from the situations that make you feel uncomfortable, you can go into contemplation, into meditation, into stillness of emotion. And in the Four of Cups, there you go and define a new truth for yourself. So instead of the truth hitting you, if you don't want to know what's going on, if you are hiding from your emotions, no, in the Four, you stay with your emotions and then say, hey, I wasn't feeling good in that relationship. I wasn't feeling good at that job. I'm not feeling good with that friend. So let me be honest with myself and let me leave. Let me say, I don't like that. I don't like them. So for water, it is very hard to disconnect from people, to disconnect from situations, hobbies, jobs it loves. So water can destroy itself with that tendency to attachment. So then it is important for water to go into the cards that are most like detachment, the structured, like Four of Cups. Eight of Cups is also good because we are standing in our place and looking at our inside. And in those phases of water, we are still with feelings, but we are with our feelings. So the 4s and 8s, you can imagine them as a castle, as strong walls built around a soft interior, and you can stand inside of that interior, feel safe, but be very aware that the emotions that are inside of you are just yours, so you can't project to other people. What also helps with water and for us to get to know ourselves is actually projecting our personality to other people, seeing ourselves in other people. So the responsible and the mature numbers 4 and 8 can admit that the way we feel is our own responsibility, and we can take our emotions and we can look at our emotions. And after that, when we have detached ourselves from the world and kept with our own emotions, okay, like Cancer, then we can have a clear mind, have a peaceful mind, come to the Ace of Swords, carefully examine all that is around us, the circumstances of life, and then in the 3, make a first decision. Oh, the 3, here you are. So make a decision, make a move. Leave a person so that person doesn't leave you. Leave a job so you don't get fired. Leave a hobby so you don't get bored. Or you don't get, for a hobby, it would be you don't get told you are bad at it. And after the 3, you can come to the 4 and rest and make that decision that you made in the 3 your reality for now, and you take a rest, and so you can consider new steps that will bring you to a new kind of reality. So in the 10, when you reconsider and make a choice in the 3 based on your emotions and your fire, your wants and desires, when you say I am leaving, then in the 10 you will come to see yourself in maybe another relationship, in another job, in another place, but you will see that the circumstances of life have changed because your foundations are changed. So be active. The air sign is active, and in air we have the feeling that we are the ones creating experience. So in air, if you don't create with air, if you don't go forward, if you don't ask questions, if you don't actively listen and write down all the information you heard, then things are gonna start happening to you. If you don't want to ask the questions, answers will appear. If you don't want to see the truth will come to you. So go into your emotional body and listen to your emotions, because they are signals that are telling you where is the truth. Okay, go back to the 3, the joyful card, but it's joyful because you can be anything, you can react in any kind of way. And in the 3, you get information. What is it that your fiery self wants? So, I want something. I feel that this is good or bad for me. I will make a decision. I will choose those things that make me feel good. Let me build. And since I'm choosing the things that make me feel good and I believe in, This work of the three is very enjoyable. I am very happy. And I am looking forward to all the riches that will come. Okay, so now that you know the Three of Swords a little bit better, use it wisely, love it, love your mind, use your mind, open your mind, and open up to your intuition, to your emotions, to your power of healing, to your ability to stand with your emotions, to be in peace, and listen. So listen to silence, listen to your silence, and listen to your inner truth. And you can never get hurt. And be aware of your true desires. Because if you sometimes in water, when you are connected to other people, water also wants to be as one with the other. And in water, you are in danger of giving up on yourself, giving up on who you really are. But that's another story. So for now, use your intuition. So the cruel cold truth doesn't need to come find you. Use your intuition, respect your emotions, respect your emotional reactions. Let all of your emotional reactions exist. See them as a valuable tool as you pave your way to your life's accomplishments. Don't neglect emotions just because they are untangible, because you can't touch them, because they're not real. They are very real, and your emotional body is very real, and it is a basis for manifestation, for your material existence. Yes. The three.